Hi, welcome back to the Middle channel. Today we're gonna visit a new zoo that they made that they call, ready to know the name? Fantastica Zoo. So, this is my zoo. Over here, I put the staff rooms. I'm just gonna, it's kind of glitchy. And over here, I don't even know what they put over here. That's probably something weird. So the first animal exhibit I built was the seals and sea lions. So this is what they look like. Over here, I'm gonna check out a sea lion. Over here is the glass where the visitors get to see the seals and sea lions. They're kind of cute. Today the sea lions are sitting, and over there, there's a seal. Our next exhibit is the otters. The otters are really cute. The zoo is known for protecting the Asian small-clawed otter. The Asian small-clawed otter is usually taken from the wild to be sold as pets in places like Southeast Asia, and this is making their populations decline. So, a Fantastica Zoo helps conserve their populations. A lot of the enclosures here are based on Detroit Zoo and Toledo Zoo, two zoos that I've been to. Over here is the bison and the pronghorn. Here's a bison. Fun fact, during the winter, bison grow a long, shaggy fur coat, which helps them protect themselves. And during the summer, they shed all of this fur. That's a baby bison. And over here is a pronghorn antelope. Fun fact, pronghorn antelopes are actually related to giraffes. Over here, I put prairie doggos. Everyone thinks they're so cute because look at them. They're so adorable and cute. They're like squeaking. That's so adorable. And they give them water even though they're thirsty. Over here is the anteaters. Let me just sell a few of them. So if you want to take a good look here, this is an anteater. They use their long tongue for sniffing up, for licking ants, which is their diet. And over here is the Amazon section. I made this enclosure. It's like indoor. And over here is some poison dart frogs. You can see one over here. Is there another? Where? Over here is the bush dog. Fun fact, bush dogs are actually a dog who can swim. That's why I gave them a lot of water. But all they do is drink it, not actually go there. They're one of the smallest dogs in the world, and they sound really adorable. They're one of the most adorable things I have ever seen. They live in large social groups, which makes them even cuter. And warning, a lot of the birds you see, especially the flying ones, are static since I don't have mods yet. So over here is the yellow and blue-winged macaw, an iconic bird. You probably have one as a pet. Over here is the giant hummingbird, very big. And over here is the Andean cock of the rock, cock of the rock, cock, 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 cock of the rock. He's like the cock of the rock. Over here is the aviary. So this is a bustard. This is an ibis. This is a African pygmy goose. And there's many other birds in this huge building. Oh, McGiggles. This is the camels. Let me just read Barolorma. I just rehomed a few. Now there's like 38 saigas. Let me release 18. Because of conservation. That's just a big pile of saiga babies. So this is a saiga antelope who's sleeping. And over there's a baby camel doing cute things. Want to meet the baby camel? You will just see how cute they are. So look at him. Look how tiny his humps are. And how long and squishy his legs are. That's actually adorable. And right next to them is, you guessed it, the flamingos. The flamingos. This one is just looking at me like, what? What are you doing here? So this is a greater flamingo. And these are American flamingos. And also I put mute swans. Like the really aggressive kind. And finally, I put a bird that's not an ostrich. The rhea. This guy's drinking water. Fun fact, birds are actually modern relatives of dinosaurs. If you knew that fact, you're probably really smart. Over here, you guessed it. It's the chimpanzee. This guy is just really chonker. Actually, he's not that much of a chunker. Yeah, he's actually just making chimp faces. Okay, is he gonna go in there? I'm pretty sure he is, because the other chimps want to go in this. I put other primates too, like lemur infestation. Release lemurs. Now let's see what a lemur looks like. This is the red-ruffed lemur, one of the most endangered lemurs. They're pretty red in color, and it's kind of cute. He's just doing the whipple dance. He's just doing lemur things, like moving it. Over here, we have the Japanese macaque. You may know it better as the snow monkey, because it lives in Japan, and it snows there. And also I put a hot spring for them. So that they can do the iconic Japanese macaque things. They go in that hot spring. And also I have the big boy, the mandrill, the world's largest monkey. Monkey of the terrors, ready to eat the Japanese macaques. Actually, this guy is kind of friends with them. I don't know why I put them together. I guess they're kind of related. Over here is the gorillas. If you heard that roar sound, it's probably not from the animal talk. This is the gorilla. Very chunker. Baby gorilla over there. Mother gorilla over there. Just big adult male gorilla. Big buff gorilla. Chunk gorilla. Very chunk gorilla. Extremely very chunker gorilla. And over here we have more stuff. Like actually more stuff. Like over here we have the gray wolves. Like actually, they're so gray. Wolves are basically the original doggos. What? And then they howl. And then they make that howling noise. Puppers, wolf pups. It's a wolf pups. Hi, little wolf puppy. You look just like an actual puppy, but you're sleeping and curling. Oh, it's too cute for my own good. Over here is the No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So, if you saw the adults, here's the baby. Baby emos are very cute. And cute, and cute, and cute. Very cute, squishy, and adorable. And over here is the kangaroos. Very kangaroo-eth. Watch this guy eating. Oh, he is eating. And over here is a bunch of kangaroos. Just hopping and doing kangaroo things. Like box. When are they gonna do the fight thing? That like the box thing. And then he scratches his belly. Like what kangaroos do. And he sometimes scratches with his legs. Which is also what other animals do. And over here is the safari trail. Ready to go in here? These guests really want to go in here. So first, we have the Asian elephant. The Asian elephant is one of the second elephant species. Forget about it. There's a baby elephant over here, just doing cute stuff like sleeping. Warning, this is inspired by Toledo Zoo. And over here is the hippos, the big chunky ones. Hi, chunker. You look just like a whale. Let's keep them silent. Actually, they're just hippos with big butts and big faces and whiskers. Actual whiskers. Like, actually, he's just chilling there. And oh, McSkibbles, a diddle, McDiddle. Oh, Skibbles, McSkibbles, oh, diddle, oh, diddle. McSkibbles, oh, diddle, oh, diddle. Oh, McSkibbles, oh, diddle, oh, diddle. So this is a hyena, not really the most common zoo animal, and he's sleeping. Like actually sleeping. Look at him, he's sleeping. He's just a hyena, just chilling there. Look what hyenas actually do. Why did I hear a hippo noise? Okay. Okay, they make noise. And over here is the Indian rhinoceros. He's kind of snorty and very snorty and very snorty, and very chill, and very snorty, and very snorty, and very snorty, and very snorty, and very snorty. He makes snorts, and then he goes for a swim. A swimmity swim swim. I just made a new song. Then he got wet instantly because of the Planet Zoo mechanics. He's just a rhino who loves to swim because these guys are found in wetlands. And over here is, you guessed it, the aardvark. Very similar to the anteater, but not really closely related. This guy is related to elephants, and he sniffs, and he uses the same method as anteaters to eat. You see that lung sniffer? They use that to lick ants and sniff them. Aardvarks are kinda cute if you look at them for too long. And over here is an animal that most of you had never heard of. The takin. An ungulate found in the Himalayan mountains that's related to goats. It's kind of big. I saw this at Toledo Zoo. If you saw my video with the takin, you probably watched my channel before. So this is the takin. And over here, right next to the takins, is the safari. Very stereotypical. So first, we have the buffalo. Specifically the Cape buffalo. One of the most dangerous buffaloes. They can charge in you and kill you. So don't get near these boys. And next is the plains zebra. Very zebra-ish. Then he makes zebra noises. Like, and then he does zebra things. And then next, you have the Nyala. Kind of like real life Bambi, but it's actually an antelope. And next, you know what I have next? The giraffe. Probably you were thinking of this. For the longest time ever, the giraffe is back, doing giraffe thing like smacking its ankle. Over here, we have lions just roaring and doing lion things, like lioning and brianing and licking each other's giggles. I know what's next. Lion fight. Just the perfect lion fight between lion and lion. Probably an epic fight that you will never win. This is what happens when you have two male lions. They start fighting for territory. Okay. I gave them swans and they killed them. And over here is an endangered species, so we must save them. Over here is the Amur leopard, an endangered species that we must save. The Amur leopard is not really common because people don't really care about saving it. Over here is the Amur tiger. And then it starts roaring. doing tiger things, like be a tiger and make weird tiger noises. And I know what's next. A fight. Let's just forget about it for just a second. Okay, what do we have next? So over here, we have the Arctic Trail. Let's use our so first we need, so our first stop is the entrance. If you like my entrance, you are accepted to go in here. The Arctic Trail. So our first stop is the Arctic Fox. If you look at it, it's kind of cute. During the summer, Arctic foxes actually change their fur to become black. But in the winter, they're cold. They're white. They do this to camouflage with their surroundings. And over here is the polar bears. Very bearistic. You're just polar bears. Just being polar bears. And the last animal we saw was the red-crowned crane. This chick is kind of cute and looks adorable and precious and other stuff like that. And over here is the adult. Very cranistic and very Japanese as an animal. Making Japanese crane noises. Like kaka and bra and bra bra and jaja and gaza and McPlaw. And let me get to the polar bear swimming. Okay, let me get to the polar bear swimming. Let's see in this cave where we can see polar bears swim. Polar bears are extremely good swimmers. Look at that little baby polar bear cub. He just learned his swimming lessons from his parents, who are big polar bears. Ursus maritimus, the polar bear. Very maritime-ish. Where is he? Oh. I think this baby polar bear is gonna start doing things. Like do cute things. Like be a polar bear. Okay. You probably saw it. It's called the polar bear tunnel. Let's see him swim in this beautiful music. He's such a polar bear. Such a polar bear. Doing cute polar bear things like swim. Just your average regular baby. I'm my little baby boy. Da 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 da. I'm my little baby boy. My dollar. A donor, a polar bear to you. 50 polar bears sitting on the rock. Killing seals because that's abuse. Killing seals is abuse. Then being a polar bear is terrible because you kill seals every day. Okay, that roar was scary. Let's go to the penguin center because they're less scary and they're kind of cute. Appendiptes, the king penguins. So this is the colony, just being a penguin. They're so cute. If you saw the chicks, you're probably a cutie. Because you're a penguin chick. They're so cute. They're so fluffy. They're so penguinish. And they're so cute. I wish I can keep one as a pet. And then go to the other side. Like these guys holding balloons and doing weird gas things, like running a weird way. And over here is where you see the underwater. Over here is where you see the underwater penguins. This is based on Detroit Zoo. Life as a penguin underwater is just being a penguin. Being just a penguin. Who's on the other side? I guess nobody cares about the other side. Huh. The penguins care more about the land than the water. Actually, there's a few penguins up here. Just being penguins. And doing penguin things. Like be penguins. If you wanted to see the penguins, look. This penguin is waddling. Just waddling. While these chicks look up to their parents and starts copying them by chirping like fat little burbies. They're so burbish. And I know how many people think penguins are not birds. So this is how they are when they're swims. They're just gliding uncontrollably like penguins. Oh, he just jumped. Is he gonna jump again? Okay, that's all we have for today. Bye. So I'm just gonna save my zoo. Since we just did like 22 years of being a seal. Okay. What? Oh, McSkibbles, McDribbles, I am more, I am more. Oh, McSkibbles, McDribbles, I am more, I am more.